I'm still learning how to use this set of light. I hope you guys are all doing great. Welcome back to another Wednesday vlog. It's almost the weekend. For today's video, it has been requested by many of you. It's a complete guide on how to travel to Sri Lanka. If you guys plan a trip there, this might be the only video that you'll need to watch for your travel. I know it's a pretty big assumption, so grab your best cup of coffee, or in my case, my favorite tea, Sri Lankan tea. Oh wow, this is heaven. Cinnamon tea. So without further ado, let's go. And if you guys are not planning a trip there, stick with us. You're gonna enjoy this. Oh, you guys are still there? Okay, let's go. Without going too much into details, 2009 marks the end of 25 years of civil war. Tourism has rapidly grown in 10 years to the point that Lonely Planet had named Sri Lanka the best country to visit for 2019. Now to get here, unless you are coming from a neighbor country, there's no direct flight. To give you an idea, for Canadian visitor, we had to go through 3 planes for a total of 30 hours journey to get to Colombo, the capital. It's a lot of time with no shower. Before arriving, know that you will need a visa to visit Sri Lanka. It is possible to get it at your arrival, but it is better to get it done before you travel. You'll find a link for your visa at the bottom of the screen. Your international flight will land in Bandaranaike International Airport. I hope I got this right. It is between Negombo and Colombo. First thing we did upon landing was to purchase a SIM card for our smartphone, and I recommend you to do so. SIM card, by the way, it's very cheap. About maybe what, $6, and you can have somehow a good package. Your cell phone will help you to book last-minute deals on lodging, navigating through the city with good spot for food, activity. It will serve you as virtual tour guide and booking some taxis. Don't expect an ultra-fast mobile internet. Coverage is not available everywhere in the country. For taxi, Uber works here, but the local app called PickMe is more popular. We prefer using the app because it guarantees us a fair price and not being misguided. The only bad experience we had with PickMe was some driver would pick up the request and never came. They will instead wait for your cancellation so they can make the money on your cancellation fees. If this happens, don't hesitate to let the driver know that you will report them. Ask him to cancel the trip by himself and preferably pick another driver. This only happened to us in Guildford. Besides that, it was very pleasant and easy to use. From the airport, we were invited by Seilau Hotel. We really enjoyed the hospitality.
Hi. So do you like to scramble without
Just for me, he's gonna have the regular mirror egg. The one with...
Okay, this is Jay trying to explain my order. If you have no hotel plan yet, maybe consider checking their website. You'll love the peaceful contrast it has compared with this bustling city. The service is amazing, the location is great, will not hesitate to come back here. There are also many hotels and Airbnb options. We'll get to that point very soon. Less than 48 hours in Colombo was enough for us to rest and be acclimated to the weather.
You don't have something that's easier to wear? Somebody's very excited about these samosa.
We headed from Colombo to Habarana. It is a popular tourist destination, a starting point for safari lovers and cultural attractions. We visited Sirigia and UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is an historical fortress and archaeological site. You will climb a massive 200 meters columns of rock on which was built a fortress. You'll find also some frescoes that are 1600 years old and an impressive view over the area. Remember to bring yourself a lot of water and stay in the shade when you can. You're gonna lose your hand, Jade. Not too far and doable in the same day trip, visit Dambulla Cave Temple.
So we just got the tickets for the Dambulla Rock Temple. It is a Buddhist temple, which is why we have to cover shoulders and knees and takyo its long pants. Don't forget, if you're coming to visit here, the entrance fee is 1,500 rupees per person. Those are the tickets.
It is another UNESCO World Heritage that worth the detour.
we're actually in a cave. So that's just the wall of the mountain as it is. And all the Buddhas are inside. It's just incredible.
It is the largest and best preserved cave temple in whole Sri Lanka. Now our favorite activity was to visit the Mineria National Park, also known in a book as Paradise.
It's so peaceful. It's a mummy elephant and her baby taking their bath together.
Just the thinking of this place put a smile on my face. This place is famous for Jeep Safari, where you can see hundreds of free-roaming elephants and other animals. On the day we visited, we could count at least 200 elephants. Some came really close to us. Here it's more than a sanctuary.
It's like a paradise.
Yeah.
It's the way it should be. It's so good.
Elephant roam free.
Buffalo, bird,
Yeah, everyone roam free.
Oh.
All the local and tourists were very respectful to the nature, and never any animal was forced to do anything for the benefits of tourism. It was paradise. We sincerely recommend you to add this to your bucket list for Sri Lanka. You can easily book this activity through any accommodation that you will stay at. Talking about accommodation, we stay at Bissa Villa. We found this gem on Airbnb. Bissa Villa, it's not a modern 5-star hotel. It feels more like an authentic Sri Lankan house in which the host had built some very cozy lodge surrounded by mango and coconut trees.
Welcome to Sri Lanka. No, Bissa Villa, no?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, another shot.
Hello, welcome to Bissa Villa. It's good?
You good. Okay.
You like the hospitality of the host, she will treat you like family, and we even ending up calling her Auntie.
Okay, bye-bye, Auntie.
If you are worried about language barrier, this is not a problem, as we discovered that Auntie used to be an English teacher. Now to get to Habarana, you have two options. The cheapest would be the bus and train, but not the most comfortable. Considering we travel with gears and suitcase, we booked a private driver, and it was a very good deal if you consider all the benefits. Our driver Tarindu was recommended by our host in Bissa Villa. Tarindu was fantastic. He made sure we don't miss anything nice on the road. He was very attentive to all our needs. He remained always discreet if we needed to rest. We always felt very safe with him. Okay, the expression of sharing road comes to all of his sense here.
Yeah, that bus was really big.
Oh my god. If I was asked to give only one good advice to do when you get to Sri Lanka, I would say get in touch with Tarindu. He became a good friend. I would trust him with all my family's members, and he will never take any advantage of you being a tourist. Guys, I'm not being paid to say any of this. Treat Tarindu as a good friend and you will have so much more in return. And this applies to many locals here in Sri Lanka. Now moving on, we went from Habarana to Kandi. This town is located in central province. The city lies in the middle of the hills. If you wake up early enough, you'll see clouds going through it and slowly giving place to a beautiful sunrise. We stayed 24 hours in the city, but feels like 2 complete days would be more satisfying. We stay at this Airbnb named Square Peg. There are some unique gems that you'll find during your journey in Sri Lanka, and this is one of them. This Airbnb is built on the hillside. It'll give you a complete panoramic view of the city. The rooms are very modern and comfortable. What we liked the most was the tall window that goes from the first floor to the second.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you like it?
It's okay. Okay, guys, I couldn't hold myself. I was imagining one thing. Okay, are you guys ready for this? It allows you to see a romantic sunrise directly from your bed every morning. These type of comfort just make me want to sell everything back home and come live here for the rest of my life.
So much character here in Kandi. I really like it, and there's so many different choices of places. but I fell in love with this one on Airbnb. And you cannot book this hotel without Airbnb. It's only on Airbnb. They say all the bookings. So if you guys have never used Airbnb, we do have a referral link in the description box, and you can benefit from $45 rebate for your first booking. So use it if you haven't already.
In Kandi, we visited the Temple of the Tooth. It is another UNESCO World Heritage Site. This temple is worth the detour because of the beauty and obviously the tooth. I'll let you guys figure out why this tooth is so special. If you have some time, make a stop at this restaurant that our driver Tarindu owns. It has the most refreshing terrace and the food is very comforting. And please, give our best regard to Tarindu if you see him. We didn't have much time to stay in this town because of the number one reason why we came here was to catch the train, but not any train. This one will stay forever in your mind. I strongly recommend that you go watch our detailed vlog about that day. But if I can sum up my impression of why you should do this train ride, I would say it compares to being in Paris for the first time and not going to see the Eiffel Tower. The train from Kandy to Ella is iconic. It brings you through the midst of the mountains, small villages, tea plantation, and tropical forests of the province. I know I've said it many times so far in this video, but this train ride is also a unique gem.
You see that? The sun's about to set and it's like yellowish sky.
We arrived in Ella and stayed there for 2 nights. Ella is located about 1,041 meters above sea level. You'll be surrounded by clouds, forests, tea plantation. You'll find here many cute boutiques and restaurants. One that we highly suggest to visit is the Chill Restaurant Bar. Very good local food and some western dishes also. It has very nice ambient at night. Now if you did some research, you probably have heard about the trekking going to Adam's Peak. It is a very nice trekking, but if you would like to avoid the touristy trekking and are looking for something less crowded, we'll recommend you to head for Little Adam's Peak. The view is amazing. Go there early, around 4:30 a.m. to 5 to catch the sunrise when you get to the top. The trekking from the bottom to the top should take you about 1 hour. You'll come across some villagers working in the tea plantation and errand dogs that will, for free, bring you to the top. They really do. These dogs are very friendly and they will follow tourists making their trek to the top. During the time that we were there, a local explained to us that Sri Lanka runs a program to vaccinate errand dogs. If you see a dog with a collar, it means that it has been vaccinated. Another gem not to miss is the 9-arc bridge.
Oh my god, look at this. Oh. Can I drive your tuk-tuk?
Yes.
To get there, just ask any tuk-tuk and they'll find the best way to get you there. If you can, plan it so you can arrive a couple minutes before the train pass. Locals here know the time when the train pass on the bridge. When you get here, you'll find one of the best examples of the colonial era railways construction and also one of the most picture-perfect locations. Rumor says that this bridge was built during the beginning of World War I. A consequence of this was that all the steel assigned for this project was then relocated for Britain's war project, leaving all the locals to build this bridge with only bricks, cement, and no steel. In Ella, we stay at this Airbnb that has an impressive view on the mountain and tropical plantations. You'll thank us for this recommendation after having your first morning breakfast on this beautiful panoramic private balcony.
Okay, take care. Thank you. Huh?
From Ella, we book another private driver to bring us to Mirissa. We won't recommend you this one because he was driving a bit too crazy for us, but there are plenty for you to find out all around town. Mirissa has the most relaxed beach. It is famous for the coconut tree hill. The best time to go to this spot would be around 6-7 a.m. in the morning so you can get the whole hill for yourself with the most flattering early sunbeam for your picture and videos. along with one of the best exotic scenery backgrounds. In Mirissa, Jade was very excited to visit the Shady Lane restaurant for breakfast, and I can totally understand why after taking my first bite. Another gem to put in your bucket list.
It's ice cream, babe.
It's not ice cream.
It's cold.
It tastes like, I know it's cold, but it tastes like ice cream, but it's not ice cream, okay?
Ice cream for breakfast, my favorite.
Somebody's gonna eat a lot of acai bowls from now on.
Spend your daytime along the beach bar that gives directly on the sand. Take a walk to the Pirate Island. We strongly recommend that you eat diner on the beach. You'll be served with the fresh seafood and with what I would call le plat de résistance, the magnificent sunset of Sri Lanka. For lodging, we chose to stay at this Airbnb. It was very comfortable with large room. What we liked the most was that it was only at 5-minute walks to the beach. From Mirissa, we then moved to Gull using this private driver company.
So this is Lotus cabs. I wrote to them by email. They're really easy to reach and they answer really fast too.
Gull is located on the southwest coast of Sri Lanka. It is well known for the fortified old city founded by the Portuguese colonists in the 16th century and extended by the Dutch. The fort is in UNESCO site. You'll find some beautiful colonial architecture, unique boutiques and restaurants. We really enjoy walking around the stone seawall, a very nice place to catch the sunset if you love that type of view. In Gull, we were invited to stay at 2 different locations. Here's our thought on each of them in case you would like to add some comfort by the end of your trip.
Alright, so we're here. This is 48 Lighthouse.
The 48 Lighthouse. Located inside the fort, as soon as you step inside this hotel, you'll feel like being teleported back in time. The furniture are at least 3 times older than Jade and me together, and so well preserved. This hotel only have a few rooms which make it really quiet and relaxing. During the time we were there, we were the only 2 guests and felt like if we had 2 butlers for our stay. We love this hotel for being so well located and make the exploration of the fort much more convenient. Le Grand Gull. If you wish to stay somewhere much more modern, we would highly recommend to stay here. Newly built, this hotel is outside of the fort but gives directly on a private beach. It has infinity pool, gyms, bar, and many other services. The rooms are extra clean and you will quickly feel like resting here until the end of your trip. Another activity definitely worth doing, not too far from Gull, it's to go feed the sea turtle on the beach of Hikkaduwa. We did a detailed explanation on how to find the spot on the beach. You'll find the link in the upper right corner. You can easily spend your daytime here just enjoying the beach. We had no problem using the bus to get here from Gull. Gull was our last stop in Sri Lanka and we used the same private car company to drive us back to the airport as we wanted something reliable. We spent a total of 20 days in and out in Sri Lanka, so if you have about the same time frame, you can easily apply our road for your trip and you just had a turnkey trip ready for you. All our recommendations are essentially based on our enjoyment. We wouldn't recommend any hotel where we were invited if we had any doubt about the quality of their product. I would like to conclude this guide with some extra advice. Number 1. Bring yourself a really strong mosquito repellent and anything that can ease the discomfort of the bites. You'll need them. Number 2. Book your train in advance for Ella. I can't stress that enough. Number 3. You'll find many ATM. Most of them will accept Western credit card even in remote town. Number 4. Sri Lanka is still developing for tourists, so if you are looking for a very comfortable journey, this is not it. Number 5. We never felt like someone was trying to scam us. It is totally normal that some vendors will try to sell the souvenirs a bit more overpriced. Just gently bargain it down. It is part of the fun. Locals are truly friendly and respectful. If you treat the local with respect, you'll have so much more in return. Number 6. You'll find some cheaper flight with a connection through King Abdulaziz International Airport. Note that this airport has no free Wi-Fi, only paid lounge has Wi-Fi. Any alcohol product that you have will be seized as this is a Muslim country, even if you only go through a connection. Filming in the airport can quickly escalate to a series of questions from the authority. In short, not the most comfortable airport to connect through. I would suggest you to Google a bit more about this airport so you can decide for yourself if this is worth the savings. Jade would take the same route, but as for me, not so sure. Number 7, and this is the last one. Sri Lanka has 2 monsoon seasons which bring rains to the west, southwest coast from May to September, and east coast and northern region between October and February. It is something to consider if you plan your trip here. We went there during October and we had no issue with the rain. So this is it guys, you survived our complete guide and are now ready to go to Sri Lanka. If you made it this far through the vlog, leave us a like and let us know if this was helpful for you. This really helps us to produce more content. If we miss anything, please let us know in the comment section. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Either us or this community will be more than happy to help you through your preparation. If you know someone who's gonna travel to Sri Lanka, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Okay, no, don't kill any birds, but you know what I mean. Just share them this vlog and you'll make us and them very happy. We see you guys next Wednesday.